Alright, so today is arm day. Got here in good evening time, so already warmed up, warmed up the legs, but we didn't we warmed up the hammies, but didn't warm up warm up on deadlifts, which all that really is. As far as warming up on deadlifts, it's just like starting out light, doing 5 reps, and then working up to my working weight. So for that, I think I've kind of explained it before, but all my warm up for deadlifts all my warm up for deadlifts is just start out with plate on the bar, do 5, throw on another plate on each side, do 5, then throw on another plate, and then if I'm feeling strong or if the weight is feeling light that day, then if I'm feeling strong or the weight is feeling light that day, then sorry, I got distracted. So because my usual starting weight is 315 or 3 plates, I'll either just do like 1 or 2. But if when I first pick it up, it feels like that's gonna be my working weight or starting working weight for the lift, the workout, then I just keep doing, I just do 4 more and then call that my first set. Stop. But yeah, usually I record that, so anyway, so I need to finish up warming up on deadlifts and then we can start. So let's go ahead and do that and then get started.
She messaged me, I hate it, break up. And I was like,
who the fuck do you think you're talking right now?
And I was like, okay, like that was unnecessary. Like
that's my boyfriend.
I literally said, you don't have to like him, but also that was unnecessary.
Yeah, you don't have to like him, I have to like him. That's the whole point, that's the whole thing. Oh wait, that's kind of like something that happened to me. So, this one guy, I'm kind of friends with up at App State, that my sister used to talk to.
Josh might go to medical school.
Hey, Jamie. Oh, my Palantir stock is out.
So that's how much money you've made?
Evil company. Well, I've made $125 today. This is how
and
much.
And that goes into your bank account?
Kind of. Or something. She'll come over to talk just to mention Piper. I swear to God. It's so weird.
So, as you know, today was arm day. Overall, it actually went pretty well. Yeah, I mean, I felt strong today. Before I got here, I was only, what? No, wait. Yeah, before I got here, I was only 200, well, I only have 200 calories left for today to reach my calorie goal. So, yeah, today was one of the first days that I like religiously like tracked my stuff and stayed on top of it. It's easier, I'll admit, it's a lot easier when you already have certain items like in your tracking history, because otherwise you have to like try and search for it or whatever. But it's like if you already have it in your history, you just gotta type some like 2 letters and it pops up. So also helps when you have things made. I've actually never meal prepped before. I usually just eat whatever the hell is in the refrigerator and then go from there. So, and usually we always have like enough in the refrigerator. So, yeah. So, anyway, overall, like I said, his arm day was pretty good. I'd say I felt strong today. So, we'll see. The main thing, I would say, and I guess I should get into this as well. Well, first I'll finish about today. So, yeah, overall everything went well. Deadlifts, I would say, went pretty well. I mean, I didn't go for that 365. I stayed at that, what was that? That was 355, right? Yeah, because 25 and 25 is 50 plus, yeah. So yeah, I did 355 today as my 1 repper. Okay. So I mean, I wasn't as strong as I was last, what was that, back day? Yeah, so I wasn't as strong as I was on back day, but I mean, it's only a 10-pound fluctuation, so not the biggest thing in the world to worry about. Yeah, not the biggest thing in the world to worry about. Something to worry about is when I fail my last rep. Well, not just that, but when I fail 245 or my 1 repper, my normal 1 repper on bench that I have been consistently hitting up until now, and then failing the last rep on my second set, so failing the 3rd rep on my second set of bench that I've been hitting very, very consistently for a while now. So yeah, that is kind of upsetting and concerning. Well, I wouldn't say concerning, not concerning in a, well, it depends on how you look at it to consider it bad. It's not like bad in an injury way or like in a I'm dying way, just kind of bad in the fact that I'm supposed to be bulking, but yet I'm like losing strength. So, you know. Now, alright, I think I've gotten everything out of the way as far as like topic of today goes. So, I guess the main thing I'm more so concerned about are, well, no, I'm kind of more so concerned because 10-pound fluctuation, that's not even a 10 on each side, as in like as far as an increase goes. So like that, I mean, that's like a very small fluctuation. So to me, it's like not something I need to worry about. I'm gonna pause this so it doesn't distract me. I'll just put this here. So, but in squat is more so, yeah, squat is the normal 20-pound fluctuation. So it's more so bench. I mean, I've never hit 265. Wait, let me think about this. Yeah, I've never hit 265. I've come close. I think I've like gotten it halfway up there before. Like the one time I attempted it, which I don't remember how long ago that was. I think that was like one of the last. No, that wasn't the last PR video. I think it was either the one before the last one or 2 videos. So what would that be? 3 PR videos before? It's been a while, basically. That's a good song, by the way. Anyway. Damn it, that distracted me. Oh. So yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on with bench, but part of it is, and I've noticed this, well, I've also noticed this with squat as well. I've started to more so notice it on bench, and then I started, like, once I noticed it on bench, I started noticing it on squat. So first I'm gonna like talk about one thing, and then it'll tie into like what I'm saying. So what is it? What's the year? 2025? So it's been, yeah. So it's been, oh wow, it's actually almost been 6 years now. So 6 years ago, in March, or well, almost 6 years ago, sorry. In March of 2020, I had a traumatic eye injury. So what the hell does that have to do with anything? Well, I'm what I like to call, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm like legally partially blind in my left eye. I mean, I don't know how you would be illegally blind, but anyway. So I'm like, I am like partially, if not majority blind in my left eye. That's why I have a lazy eye. I'm sure you noticed it. If any of you followed my socials, I don't know if I have any posts out there on Instagram, but there's one on my TikTok where you might notice, like, I mean, from your perspective, it's gonna look like, if you're looking at your screen, it's gonna look like my right eye, but my left eye is the one that's screwed up. So it depends on, like, you just kind of have to flip yourself around and you're gonna be like, oh, okay, it is his left side. So anyway, so what I do is whenever I edit my pictures or whatever, I actually used to do this when I was recording videos on my phone, and like my thumbnail, basically what I do is I like use the drawing tool, and if my lazy eye is like really, really bad, so like what I'm saying is, like, if I'm looking at myself and this eye is, you know, like looking, you know, down that way, what I do is I take the drawing tool and I cover it up. That's just a me thing, so, you know, anyway. But if you notice that, that's why I do that, and that's also what this is. Well, that's why I do that. So that's why that eye is covered up, because I have an eye injury, and that eye injury has given me a lazy eye, which fucking sucks. I'm not gonna lie. So anyway, back to the story. So because I'm partially, I consider myself majority blind in this eye. But anyway, so my brain, because my right eye is perfect, so right eye, I see everything perfect. So my right eye, I see from like you know, like normal peripheral vision back here, but you know, your right eye kind of cuts off like, well, more so like here. So it's like my left eye, which is, you know, covering essentially this side, is what I can't really see unless I'm like looking through it, right? So basically what my brain has done over time is it's like moved my center, like my center line. It's like whenever I'm doing something that involves both, so more, this is why I notice it more on bench rather than squat. Squat, I still notice it more. I still notice it though. Is that like I move my like center off to my right side because my brain thinks, because this eye is screwed up, right? So my brain has moved like my center line slightly over here, which obviously isn't my center line. So it's like whenever I'm exerting myself, either, well, using both of something, so whether that's both arms or both legs, it's like I might have more weight on my right side, which is why like my left side might be lower sometimes. Or it's like if I'm squatting, that's why like I might be more over on my right side, or like the bar might be crooked or something. I'm not really sure. I need to start setting it up to like where the camera's like straight on me so I can actually like see the difference. This is more so on squat. Bench, well, on bench it's also a common thing to like dip to your non-dominant hand. So, but for me, it's more so a legitimate thing. Now, the problem is that I've been noticing it more frequently, that like it's almost that like it wasn't, my brain wasn't really like telling myself before to that like my center line was more over here, like it used to be more so towards the actual middle of my body, but it's like now it's kind of skewed towards my right. So it's like I've been noticing it more frequently, that whenever, especially when I'm doing bench, I've started to notice it on squat, probably because I started noticing it on bench, is that now I'm like, whenever I do my shit and it's like I fail, usually, and this is more so recently, that it's like I fail because I'm not like, one, because the weight is kind of more so towards my, again, skewed to my right side, or I'm not like pushing with this side. I'm more so trying to push with this side, so then it like screws everything up. So basically, what I was getting at there is kind of what I started speaking on yesterday. Yesterday. So what would that be? So that's when I mentioned like changing up the split. If me, like after giving myself like a week or two of religiously tracking my calories, like if I don't see some sort of small improvement in my training in any sort of way, whether that's like, there are many like different ways. Am I tripping balls? I'm tripping balls. Wait. Yeah, I'm tripping balls. Thought I heard someone in here, but no one's come through that door. Right now I'm here by myself, so that's why I kind of looked out there, because I thought I heard someone enter, but I mean, not that that would matter, but it would just kind of freak me out, because last time I checked, I'm the only one here. Although there is a car out there, but it's not on. Anyway, fuck. What was I talking about? Oh, so changing my split. So basically, if I essentially don't see some sort of improvement as far as like strength and size goes within the next couple weeks, then yes, I would change my split, because what that tells me is that it's this fucking me up. Like, it's essentially screwing up my balance, which causes me to fail the lift, which I quite literally cannot do anything about, which pisses me off, really. Because, like, bro, like, I'm trying to be strong here, and my own freaking body is against me right now. Like, that sucks. That pisses me off. So, like, if that's the case, then, I mean, in all honesty, I would change my split, because, like I said, there's nothing I can do. There's quite literally nothing I can do. And, like, I mean, there aren't any surgeries. I mean, there's nothing. So, yeah, I'm forever fucked because of a stupid eye injury. But it's the same reason I can't join the fucking military. Pisses me off. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But I mean, in all honesty, that's probably, well, no, I've yet to finish high school. Never mind. I started to say one thing, and then I was like, wait, I haven't finished high school. But anyway, so basically what I'm getting at is that if it's the fact that I haven't been, you know, on top of my eating and whatnot, and making sure I've been on top of my calories, on top of, you know, making sure I'm like eating, hitting that goal I currently have set, hitting that goal for at least a solid bit, and then keep hitting that goal till I either plateau in my weight gain, or, well, I mean, yeah, I would plateau. I would keep using that same calorie goal until I plateau in my weight gain, before I increase it. So, and then I'd increase it. Like right now, I'm at 3,700? Because, I mean, I was considering lowering it to 3,500 and seeing, like, simply starting out with that and seeing if I can hit that every day and seeing if that even does anything for me. Because if it doesn't, then obviously I would raise it to back to 3,700. Because that whole jiu-jitsu training arc, I wasn't using anything. I mean, I was simply not bulking, to like put that in perspective. I wasn't cutting, but I wasn't bulking either. I mean, yeah, I was quite literally maintaining, if not maintaining, if that makes sense. So, yeah, and then usually when I start bulking again, if that's after a cutting period, or if that's after like the maintaining/maintaining period I was in, when I start bulking again, what I do is I track everything. And usually I try, like, once I come off that whatever period and I'm now intending to bulk, what I do is I try and eat everything in a day that I would like normally, something that would be like a routine, like a solid eating routine. So something that like I would eat, like basically I would just eat normally. So, and then I track everything I eat and see where that gets me. So, and then what I do from there is, is slightly increased, like from however many calories I eat, I'd probably, if it's like let's say I was eating like 3,000 calories every day, right, on that main gaining jiu-jitsu training arc period, right? If I was eating, well, I didn't do this time simply because I just didn't take the time to actually do it. Simply because I didn't take the time to actually do it. But normally, what I would do is if I was like eating 3,000 calories, I would probably not well, no, I'd say I'd probably add like 500. Yeah, I'd say I'd add 500 right off the bat, and just push myself to 3,500 and then stay there up until I plateau at whatever weight. And then once I plateau, then I probably increase it either by 200 or 300 calories, and then just keep repeating that process by either, again, 200 or 300 calories. And basically either keep bulking up until I hit whatever goal weight I want to hit, or just keep bulking till I get to the point of I'm eating so much food that, you know, it's now getting to a point that I can't keep this up. So it's like, that's when I would start a cutting period. And like, I mean, it would depend. Like for me, it would depend on how much weight I gain as far as like cutting down. Like in all honesty, I'd probably just do like a 10-pound cut just to kind of reset everything. So I mean, I just drop my calories probably to start out by 200, just to make it, well, actually, yeah, to start out I'd drop it by 200 just to make it small, and then I'd either, usually I like to stick with 200 to 300. I usually like to do that because then it's not like too much to where my stomach is hurting, and because I'm not intaking enough food, then that makes me nauseous. So it's like if I do it in small increments, it's not gonna, you know, screw me up and make me sick and whatever, right? I just realized I got way off on a tangent there from what I was originally talking about. So, anyway, all that to come back to what I was saying. Again, if I'm, well, I guess, well, no, only in one case am I the problem. So essentially, if I'm not the problem, well, no, never mind. If food is not the problem, right? And I mean that, again, as in, like, me not staying on top of it and making sure I'm eating enough every single day. Essentially, if that's not the problem, then I'm gonna assume that, yeah, this here is screwing up my equilibrium and making me shift my center mass, or my center line, or well, it's made me shift my center line to slightly to the right, which screws up everything. So it's like, for me, in all honesty, I'd probably just need a spotter to tell me like, hey, you need to move that way. Anyway, so again, last time I'm saying this, if food is not the problem and my eye is the problem, or well, I guess my brain, if my brain is the problem, then what I'll do is I'll change the split. And well, not the split, but like what I do. essentially, if that makes sense. So it's like, I'm still gonna be doing chest, back. I almost said Sam Solar split. Chest, back. Essentially, I'm gonna keep doing the same split. It's just I'm changing the stuff that I do in the lifts. So I'm gonna keep the split. So chest, back, legs, shoulders, arms, legs. It's just I wouldn't be going heavy anymore. So I'd be pulling more of a Sam Solik, which is where, you know, I'm doing like everything 10 reps ish. Or I'd say above 8. Above 8 reps is usually where he is at. So it's like that's the kind of sets I would be doing. I mean, I might, like, if I decide to like throw in dumbbell bench, right? And I'm not sure I really like flat dumbbell bench. I only really do incline dumbbell, just because to me there's just something about incline dumbbell that I like. It's like I just feel like dumbbell flat dumbbell bench, I don't know, there's just something I don't like about that. But let's say I decide to throw in incline dumbbell, it's like, yeah, I'd probably maybe do like a 5 to 8 rep set. So like mildly heavy, you know, getting close to that heavy range. But yeah, so really I just, you know, go like straight up bodybuilder route versus kind of the power builder route I'm on right now. If you've never heard the term power builder or power building, it's basically powerlifting and bodybuilding combined. So, I mean, that's what I consider myself, because, I mean, I would like both worlds, you know. I want to be jacked, you know, I want to be huge and strong as crap at the same time. So, that would be nice. But, I mean, that's not saying that I'm just giving up on strength completely, because like, I mean, not every bodybuilder is like crazy fucking strong, right? Sorry, crazy freaking strong. But, and I mean, well, you do, I mean, I'd say you do have a solid, like, power lifters. You do have some solid power lifters that are built like bodybuilders. But most of them are just, like, you know, fat. But ain't nothing wrong with a strong-ass fat dude. That's a cool dude right there. Anyway, I was about to say something, but that might get me canceled because YouTube is sensitive. Anyway. But, so I mean, over time, so back to what I was talking about. Over time, I'd still gain strength. It just, it's not my main focus, essentially. If that makes sense. So, anyway, all that to say, overall, good arm day. I stayed on top of my calories today, so as long as I do that I'm going to give myself 2 weeks, not just 1. At first I was thinking a couple days, but then I was like, eh. And then I was like, alright, I'll give myself a week, and then I was like, that's not enough time. So I feel like 2 weeks is enough time. Because it's like, if I stayed on top of my calories for 2 weeks, and like, if I was gaining, I mean, if I was gaining like a half a pound every couple days, that would be cool. So that would be cool. So, and in all honesty, 2 weeks probably isn't enough time either. But I feel like as long as I stay on top of my crap, then I'm gonna see improvement somewhere. Somewhere. So whether that's like the speed of the rep, or like, you know, I kept form the entire time during the rep, or if the rep is just lighter, you know, I'm making shit fly. And I mean that more on a consistent note, not just like a one-time lucky kind of thing. It's like, if that's becoming a trend, then it's like, okay, so it probably was the food and not this, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. So, all that to say, we'll see what happens. But yeah, so other than that, that is all I got. So I will see you tomorrow for, should be a good leg day. I'm sure hoping it is. I don't know. If I'm feeling strong, I'll probably do a heavy day, but nah, I'll save that decision for tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for leg day.